Rita G, aka the Vegan Foodie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I've been married for 5.5 years to my wonderful husband, Rich. We have 3 wonderful kids. So we have Bobby, who's our oldest. He's 10 years old. We have our middle child, Maya, who is 5.5 years old. And then there's baby Bria, who is 10 months old. So that's my family. What do I like doing in my spare time? I love cooking. So hence the Vegan Foodie. So I've always enjoyed food, things that are tasty, sweet, spicy, anything as it relates to food. So how did I get here? How did I start my vegan journey is probably what you're wondering. Why veganism? So if I can back up, my journey started about maybe close to 3 years ago, probably a little bit longer. I want to say that I've always had an up and downhill battle with my health and my weight since adulthood, probably a little bit before then, but I've always struggled with my weight. And so I've tried different fad diets. At one point I did low carb, I did pescatarian, so just to see what will work in terms of me, because I felt I was at an unhealthy, I was a bit overweight. So I wanted to try to get the weight down. And so eventually I was able to get my weight to, I would say it was a satisfactory weight for me. So I was satisfied with my weight. And so even though I was satisfied with my weight, I was able to keep it down long term and permanently, but I felt that I was still unhealthy. I was still sluggish. I struggled with hypertension. I was on medications for that. My iron was low, and I just didn't feel healthy, even though my body would trick me into thinking that I was, just looking at my appearance. I thought that, okay, I've lost all this weight, so now what? And so at this time, when I had gotten off all this weight, my husband, Rich, started looking more into plant-based living and having a vegan lifestyle. And so while he was going through his journey, he would try to tell me a little bit about it and try to inform me. He would like bombard me with all these like videos and articles as it relates to, you know, the different benefits of having a plant-based lifestyle. And at that time, I really wasn't trying to hear it because I wasn't trying to make that drastic of a change to my diet at the time. But then I started coming around to the idea gradually. So I did pescatarian. So I started off with my transition. I was like, okay, let me just do seafood for a little bit and see if I can do that. Because at this point, I was just trying to see what I could do and how much I can handle in terms of giving up the things that I like. So I did pescatarian for about 6 months, and then I was like, okay, this is going kind of good. All right. And so at the same time, my husband, Rich, he kept telling me, okay, what about giving up meat? And so at this time, he had given up meat completely. And I was like, I don't know if I could ever do that. I love my chicken. I love beef, steak, like bacon, like all of that. And so gradually again, I started coming around to the idea. And so I gave up meat altogether. And it was funny because I had never envisioned this for my life. I never thought I would be that person to give up meat. And so I had been living and eating meat-free for about, I want to say, a year when he dropped the bomb on me that he was going completely vegan. And so that meant no dairy, especially no cheese, no ice cream, and all I could think about is all the foods that I couldn't eat. No pizza, no nacho cheese, no mozzarella sticks. That's all him being. He said the word vegan, but it had a completely different meaning to me. And so, like, while he was on that journey, I was still doing my own vegetarian thing. I was happy with where I was at. I was like, okay, I'm not eating meat. Okay, it's working out all right for me. But I still didn't get that satisfaction that I was looking for. Like I said, I was still sluggish, still had some health issues, still was unhealthy. And so it finally got to a point to where I was like, okay, I tried everything else. What else do I have to lose? So I decided, and he helped convince me that maybe going plant-based was the way to go. And so I was like, okay, no eggs for breakfast, okay. I'm not missing eggs that much. I'm not missing cheese as much as I thought I would. And so fast forward today, I'll be 3 years vegan in October. So I mean, if I can do it, someone coming from an environment who loves all types of food, loving meat, loving cheese, being a foodie, if I can do it, you guys can do it. I would say if this is where you think you want to be, if you want to start this journey, I mean, do it in a way that works best for you. You can do the gradual approach like I did. You can quit cold turkey. It's up to you and where you see yourself and what makes you most comfortable. And no way do I want to say, okay, this is the only way you can do it, because that's not true. Different strokes for different folks. So what can you expect out of my YouTube channel, The Vegan Foodie? So because I love food and I love cooking, I love baking, so you'll see a lot of different recipes from me. So a lot of like your favorites, a lot of comfort foods, a lot of snacks, all plant-based of course. You'll see a lot of recipes. I'll be sharing some information as it relates to kind of I guess nutrition. I'm not a nutritionist, by the way, so I'm not licensed or anything, but just in terms of what type of healthy and natural like herbs and plants and things from the earth you can have and that are beneficial. So I'll be giving information on that. I'll be answering any questions that you may have as it relates to veganism. But lastly, it's just an opportunity for me to let you guys know that being plant-based is something that can be done. And every now and then I might do some product reviews and just some taste tests for my family if they act right. So I look forward to being able to share this YouTube channel with you guys, and I hope you enjoy. See you next time.